So, Georgia in the Champions League. That should be an interesting trip. Hello? Speaking. A conference call with who? Every club in Serie B. Why? They all want to bid on GHIDINI.
Synker samman till segerstroppen, Malta, Grindavik. Och jag vet vart nu ger idag.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik. It is season 6, episode 3 on The Impossible Dream, and today we start our European Champions League campaign. It is against a Georgian side, the Georgian champions. We've had a scout of them. They have a good couple of young players who, to be honest, I'm hoping we beat them so we can go and sign them from them. And in terms of transfers, the window is opened again. And, well, Redmond Dyche is officially a Grindavik player. Not quite the potential that I thought we were going to be signing, but hopefully he'll do very well for us. Now, we have had so many bids coming in for GHIDINI. Now, nobody panic. He is still a Grindavik player, but I have had to promise him if we get a bid for 600,000 or more that we will accept it. So you can see there, it's pretty much it feels like every team in Serie B has bid for him at this point, and a couple of Spanish teams there, a couple of other Scandinavians. It looks like a bit of interest from the Middle East as well. So, yeah. How long we're going to be able to keep him, I don't know. But if we get the 600 grand, I guess with Dyche in and with Stephenson still at the club, we could probably... I don't want to lose him. I just don't want to lose him. But I think we'd be okay, and we could obviously then get somebody else as well. But yeah, let's hope that doesn't become a problem for us. Now, in terms of other transfers that have happened, no one else has come in, but we have managed to move Danny Sanchez on, which is absolutely huge. He was on $1,800 a week, so that's a lot of money off the wage bill. He's a model citizen. I don't regret signing him. To be honest, we did so much better in Europe last year than I was expecting that we just outgrew him much quicker than I was expecting to outgrow him. I thought he would be a solid left back for us for a couple of years, but yeah, he's not. We needed a better left back. So yeah, he has sadly, I guess in a way, moved on very, very soon. Now, other news comes from the medical centre, and it involves Kike Viva, who has twisted his ankle. We've got to stop training on the rabbit pitch, honestly, because it must be, I think he's our third twisted ankle. It's been a relatively long period out. So about another week to 3 weeks, he's going to miss, obviously, the first leg of this Champions League tie. We should be okay without him, to be honest, but it's not ideal, and we've got to stop twisting our ankles. I don't know how do you stop a player twisting their ankle? I don't know. We're supposed to have decent training facilities. Now, there are some games to catch you up on as well, so let's start that catch-up. The first one in the league was against newly promoted Folgner. We took the lead late in the first half when Jan Yu picked out Capiello. And it was 2-0 early in the second half when Viva found Turpinson in the box. Rocky made it 3-0 before Viva picked out GHIDINI to get our fourth. So a bit of a slow first half for us. You can kind of see that on the XG tracker. Second half, though, we were much, much better. We didn't really change anything, I don't think. I don't remember changing anything anyway. But yeah, we were just better in the second half than we were in the first half, which is fine as long as we win. That's all that really matters, isn't it? Next game to catch you up on was a big one early in the season. It's already looking as though they are the only team that's going to be able to go anywhere near our consistency in the league. That was Grindavik, so let's see how that went. Capiello played in GHIDINI to give us the lead. Grindavik pulled level before a defensive mix-up allowed Rocky to restore our lead before half-time. So a bit of a comedy goal at the end there to win it for us, but we were the better team in this game, even though the scoreline suggests it was close. It wasn't a runaway win by any means, but yeah, we did deserve to win basically. This was the game where Viva got himself injured, coming off the bench. Actually, he got injured, so that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, that was that. Final game to catch you up on in the league was against KR. Cisse put us ahead. Hutchinson crossed for Dyche to get a debut goal, before Stephenson added a third late on. So absolutely love the Dyche finish. How that didn't go over the top, I just don't know. It was brilliant. Anyway, it was if Sean Dyche had a son who was a striker, that's exactly how you would expect him to shoot at goal. It was brilliant. But anyway, they were down to 10 men very early here, so the whole game was a bit of a write-off in that sense. They got a second yellow card for the penalty foul. So yeah, it was not a tough game for us really. But yeah, absolutely love the Dyche finish. Brilliant stuff. All right, let's have a look at the league table. And you can see there, we are cruising it. We're 10 from 10, 31, plus 31 goal difference, 30 points on the board. No one is going to go anywhere near us in the league. So, like I said before, we'll show minimal gains. We'll just do these sort of catch-up things. And, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. Now, as I said before, there's players from the league that I think I would only sign if basically the league is going to lose them. And we've seen one of those players. And this is him here. Now, he's currently an FH player. Now, it looks as though he's rejected not just me, but everybody, because there's Swedish clubs that are interested in him. And I thought, well, rather than them come and, you can see, like, up to 18 grand, sort of taking for nothing, my thought was we'll offer 100 grand like we did to Leichner for Bergson, and then we can train him on, give them 50% of a sell-on fee. Then when we sell him on down the line, we'll get a lot more. Unfortunately, fortunately, it looks as though he's rejected everybody. So I dare say at some point we will be signing him, but I don't want to take him away from FH too early. I want to let him have them for as long as possible before we come in and basically take him for more than he's worth, so that FH get that money. But yeah, he's probably the next Icelandic youngster that we'll be signing. But this brings us to Champions League football. Dinamo Batumi is who we're playing. I've got to be honest, never heard of them. I don't know if it's a renamed club or something. But you can see the other fixtures there that are happening. But let's go and have a look and see what we're doing. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. Although in truth, when the scouts came to me pre-game, they said they have no idea what's going to happen. So your guess is as good as mine. We are going to go in the 5-2-3 or whatever you want to call this formation. So Andreasen in goal. He's had a few bids coming in for him as well, but nothing that we can't turn down. Andreasen, his brother, Kemwala and Onana will be the defensive trio. Matheson and Meng Ji-yu even will be the wide players. Antonio, Turpitz and Capriello the midfield, with GHIDINI and Stephenson as the two up top. And you can see with the extended bench, it's a more or less a second team that is very, very good. One youngster that's on here is this guy. He is starting to train on very nicely for us, and it's sort of players like him that make me hesitant to go and sign that kid from FH. But the kid from FH is better, but they kind of play the same position. And we've got good Munson as well, who again kind of plays the same position. So yeah, we've got a lot of defensively minded midfielders that in where are we? Iceland, apparently. Did I say Finland before? Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Now, the two players of theirs that I'm interested in, there's a goalkeeper and a central defender that are both quite young, to the point where they might actually even end up qualifying as club trained in the league. So if we can get them, that'd be huge. And here we go, another season of Champions League football. Hopefully this formation will work out for us. I see no reason why it wouldn't, but we saw when we used it in the league, and they've come out 4-4-2, so even better that we're playing the three centre-backs then, really. But yeah, we've seen when we played it in the league that it worked. Of course, we did have Cisse as on the right side, but we need a better defensive player than that. We've got to respect this mob. They are Georgian champions, though, as tends to be the case if the league isn't loaded up, and particularly if it's a league. Roof Watch is back for a new season. Maybe a little bit of rust starting to show there. That's concerning, but we do, of course, have the new stadium on the way, so hopefully we'll be able to get through. But yeah, we want to respect them, but typically speaking, these sorts of games shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. We'll go attacking. That maybe the slight concern is not really having used this formation that much. Is it going to hurt us? But with the injury to Viva, it kind of made sense to play this way. And we do have Cisse and Rocky on the bench, and Hutchinson as well. So we can go back to playing with wingers. And judging off of this first half performance, that might be exactly what we need to do, because not much has happened. Matheson with a corner. And it's a good save from the goalkeeper, but Axel Andreasen is there. He turns in what I think was his own rebound, and it will be the last kick of the first half. Really unlucky for the Georgians, but we don't care about that. Was it Axel? No, it was GHIDINI's head the first time. And Andreasen there from a very, very tight angle to turn it home. And now, are we saying it was GHIDINI's goal? Not quite sure what's happening here. I'm assuming, we'll find out in a second, it is Andreasen's goal. So a first half with nothing, and we've got a little bit of action at the end there. Well, we don't get complacent, I'd say, is the first thing, because it's 1-0 and we've not really created anything. I wonder if we could change something maybe a little bit tactically here. I wonder if we try and raise up the tempo and maybe just look to get the ball into wide areas a little bit sooner. I wonder if maybe working the ball into the box would be a decent thing for us to do as well. As early highlight here in the second half. Hopefully we're going to go on with it here. G-Man U is picked out there. Good ball for Stephenson, and it is cleared away. We go again. G-Man U. He's getting forward well, isn't he? And well, maybe stay back a little bit more, mate. That's what Daesh was trying to do. I mean, we're actually being outpossessed here, which is not ideal. And I do wonder a little bit if we want to go with some wingers here. But yeah, Stephenson's not having a great game. We do have Daesh on the bench, so it makes sense to bring him on, see what he can do for us. I guess we praise. I mean, we're looking a little bit nervous, which isn't ideal. And I mean, they have had more possession here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm beginning to think maybe this formation isn't going to quite be what I thought it was going to be for us this year. But we've looked relatively, I shouldn't say this, should I? But we've looked relatively solid at the back so far. So that side of it has been good. We're just lacking going forward, which is a bit of a surprise with, you know, two up there and Cappiello in behind. You'd expect us to do a little bit better. Daesh. Oh, Daesh has won it back and... Oh, here's another go. Go on, Sean. And go on, pull it back. It's there for GHIDINI. Oh, their goalkeeper. We've got to sign him. He is brilliant. I'll try and remember to show you at the end of the game here. It's into stoppage time. We got one in first half stoppage time. Can we get one in second half stoppage time? Matheson's got space in the box. He goes himself. To be fair, there wasn't that many options in the middle. Onana now over a free kick. There's about 25 seconds to play. Can we get a second goal that would make the trip to Georgia just that little bit more comfortable? There's a foul. Turpinson just running down the clock, perhaps. He stands over a free kick now. Can we break their hearts? Deep, deep, deep into stoppage time. Turpinson, into the box it goes. Onana is there. It's headed away, and that will be that. 1-0. Is it going to be enough? I mean, the XG suggests it should have been a little bit more. They didn't offer anything in terms of a goal threat themselves. But it's very, very nervy heading to Georgia. So Grindavik secured the victory. Now I'll show you the two guys that we're interested in signing. So this is the goalkeeper, a 20-year-old. You see they want 450 for him. He's very agile. There's a lot to like about him. Good handling. First touch is maybe a little bit of an issue, but I think for you know, 20-year-old goalkeeper, it's already an international. He could do very, very nicely. And this is the centre-back. Again, as a 18-year-old, this guy, he would become, I think, club-trained at the club. So good jumping reach. I think he, again, would do quite well if we could prize him away. So we'll certainly be trying, although the asking prices suggest we maybe can do one, but not both. But anyway, wait right there. I've got a game against Selfos to play through, and then we'll be back for the second leg. And I think we have to go with wingers, don't we? Because that just didn't really work. Okay, welcome back. Now, I probably should be a lot more nervous for this one than I am, but we almost signed their goalkeeper. I actually cancelled it at the last minute. I chickened out of it. 450 grand it would have been of our 550 or so transfer budget. His wages would have been fine. He would have been a star goalkeeper for us. The reason that I bailed on it is basically, and I'm still not convinced it was 100% the right thing to do, but if we go and compare him to our current goalkeeper, Andreasen, who I've got to say I really do like, here he is here. Now we've got the new guy, or who would have been the new guy in the green, Andreasen in the blue. You can see there's not much between them. Communication is quite a bit better for the younger guy, for Sejalia. His name doesn't help. I probably am better off not signing him, to be honest. But it's a lot of money for us, and I just wasn't convinced he was that much better. When I went and checked his scouting report, you can see here close to full potential, so there's not that much room for him to improve. It felt a little bit, and star ratings would maybe suggest otherwise, but it felt a little bit like I was spending essentially our whole transfer budget on that's a very, very minor upgrade in a position that isn't really a problem for us. And because he's already 20 as well, it means at no point down the line is he going to become a sort of a club-trained player for us. So it didn't really make sense on that front either. Now, I don't actually think we were paying him 210 a week. I think it was actually a lot more than that. But anyway, that doesn't matter now because we cancelled it, and he's unlikely to want to negotiate with me again, certainly not in the near future. So we will be facing him. Hopefully he doesn't take revenge on me. And let's see what we're doing here. Oh, wait, before we do this, we've got a game to catch you up on, don't we? So let's go and have a look and see how we did against Selfoss. We fell behind in the second minute. We were quickly leveled through Daesh, and then took the lead when Huggins was left unmarked. Before Selfoss drew level again in the second half. Now, I've made a lot of noise on the Discord about how I don't think our form's going to be that impacted by European football this season. I may be incorrect. It felt like a game anyway that we were comfortably in control of. You can concede early. It happens. We fought back well. The free kick was a bit of a belter. And yeah, I mean, you can see from the XG tracker, they had the better XG. We both had 14 shots, 6 on target. We did dominate possession. So yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, but away from home, you know what, we'll take a draw. We have no choice, we have to take a draw, but it's not the end of the world, but it doesn't look great. First game in between European ties, and that happens is slightly concerning. But anyway, let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We have Andreasen in goal, we have JNU, Andreasen, Onana, and Matheson. You'll notice we're going back to the tried and trusted formation. So Antonio, Turpitson, and Capiello in midfield, Cisse and Rocky, GHIDINI up front, and we've got the likes of Kabawala on the bench, all Marksons there. We've got Hutchinson, Daesh, so there is quite a bit of firepower there if we want to either change the formation or change things up. Stephenson should be on the bench as well. Yeah, there he is there. So let's hope we don't crash out in the first round here. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. The goalkeeper is still playing. I think I'm going to go in for their centre-back. The reason I'm thinking of that is, what do we want to say here first of all? Let's just go out there, play a natural game. Let's take a little bit of pressure off this one. We still are in a good position. They didn't really threaten. Yeah, it was, I don't remember them getting too many chances in that first half anyway. I've got to be honest, I'm recording this the next day. I had to stop last night with the children needing to be put to bed and whatnot. So I don't really remember the first leg, if I'm completely honest. So we'll see what happens. I remember I wanted to go with wingers, and that's about it. But it's a full house, so it's not going to be an easy one. We've got pole cam, which is interesting. Nice change from roof cam. But yeah. So I think we will go in for that centre-back. He's a little bit more expensive, but he's younger. He's 18, which means he will become club-trained down the line. And although we don't need centre-backs right now, Kambawala is only on loan, and I don't think it's a loan we're going to be able to make permanent because he's just going to be a little bit too expensive. I've hit encourage when we're in front in the tie, which is always silly. So, yeah, I think I might go and do that. GHIDINI with a chance here. He gets it wide for Matheson. It's a good run forward. Cisse is unmarked. Matheson whips the cross in. It's headed away. It's going to fall for Antonio, though. Antonio for Cisse, and again. Oh, we're going to win it back, though. Andreasen to Jenu. Jenu waits to be closed down. Rocky for GHIDINI. It's a good link up. Oh! Underside of the crossbar for GHIDINI, and that is unlucky. Oh, so close. But yeah, so my thought process on that is, so Andreasen Onana for the next few years. Kambawala is unlikely, as I say, to stay beyond this season. I think it's going to be too much of a deal in terms of wages and transfer fee for us to do. Which would leave Bergerson, who would be sort of a third choice centre-back. And then if we get this guy in, who'll become club trained. We also have Hansi Mortensen, who will be club trained. So that gives us then 2 club trained goalkeepers, 2 club trained, what are they called? Defenders. And so I think longer term that will work. That'll work out nicely for us. So I think that's what I'm going to do. A little bit like the first leg, from what I remember of it. We've not scored. We've looked like we're the better team. Don't get complacent. Has got to be the shout here. And you get the feeling if we can get another goal, you don't see him scoring 2, famous last words. But yeah, if they were to get one back, then it does become very nervy because we are having a very difficult time breaking them down. The wingers don't seem to have made that much of a difference. I wonder, how much we're missing Viva here. He should be back from his injury probably for the next round if we were to get that. Well, we're going to be in some form of qualifying in the next round. May not be Champions League. So I think he would make a difference here. He's his pace and dribbling. But in terms of just trying to break them down right now, we are having a little bit of trouble. There's a nice little run from Matheson, though, overlapping. And here we go again. Cisse to Turpinson. We've got GHIDINI and Rocky in the box. We go to Cappiello, arriving late. And he does make it 2-0 early in the second half. And we needed that, didn't we? That just lifts the pressure that little bit more. Cisse did well. Nice ball to find Turpinson. And look at Cappiello just ghosting in. And, well, they just didn't pick him up. They had him picked up. And whatever this guy's name is just kind of went walkabout, didn't he? So 2-0. We'll take that. That is a very, very nice lead for us to have at this stage. We've got a couple of bookings out there. I am terrified to take anybody off just in case they were to get a goal back again. And if we can get a third, then I think we might look to protect some players. Cappiello with another chance. Cappiello, could he have done a little bit better and pulled that back for GHIDINI in the middle. Now, GHIDINI not having a great day up there. We are using him as a complete forward, which is not necessarily his strongest role. But we'll bring Dyche on for him, and Antonio, we might take him off, protect him, and it's a good opportunity to give some game time to Gudmundsson. I think we'll go with him. We probably don't need to be attacking them anymore. We've got a free kick here. Turpinson stands over it. He's not a bad free kick taker. Turpinson, it was good. The goalkeeper's made a good save, though. And Turpinson with well, let's say an intelligent foul. A professional foul, I believe is the term, isn't it? But yeah, you can see it was a really tough decision to not send the goalkeeper because he's played well against us. And the scouts like him. Let me know what you think. I just think that Andreasen for us has had magnificent games. He's not someone that needs to be replaced. G-menu. Although, maybe we could do with a small upgrade. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he saw that late. We'll get a better view from behind the goal here. It is now 2-1. It's taken a little deflection on the way through. You still feel like he possibly should have done a little bit better with that, though. Let's give it a focus. Turpinson with another chance. He can just about wrap up the tie here. Can he do it? One of our own, the Academy graduate, Gary Turpinson, and he can! It's a Champions League. It's a defining goal for Gary Turpinson. It's been a very, very tough tie, but that should be enough to get us through it. They've been a lot tougher than I thought they were going to be, I've got to say. It's a cracking free kick from Turpinson. Perfect. It doesn't matter how good the goalkeeper is, they're not getting anywhere near that. And, well, that should be us cruising on into the next round now. And we're going to need to be better, I would imagine, depending on who we play next. But I think that we might see a little bit more of that team in Europe this season. I'd be surprised if they didn't go, a couple of rounds into Europa League qualifying and possibly get into the Conference League group stage. I thought they were quite a good side. So first leg triumph helps Grindavik past Dinamo Batumi. A little bit of money in the bank, of course, and we've won that round. And it is Cluj next, the Romanian champions. And that could be a tough one. They're a professional team. They are, did I say a 3-star reputation team somewhere? And, I mean, it's not a league we have loaded, but they have a fairly decent side. So we'll give them a scout, or a decent as in number of players, I should say. So we'll give them a scout, see what we come up with. Hopefully a little bit more information than we got against that Batumi side. And there we go. No real shocks in the first round. We're going to have a Greta game rearranged. And that will be our next episode. We will come back for, where are we here? If we scroll down, for the first leg is at home again. And then the second leg, hopefully it won't be as tight as this tie has been. But if we need to show it, we will. If not, then we'll show something else, won't we? Until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.